and jury against the men involved in his disappearance from Kirbyville more than 3 years ago.
Plus, apartment woes in Port Arthur lead to a petition for change. The residents taking action after almost a year without air conditioning or heat.
And a 17-year-old from Buna transforms part of his town's library into a STEM lab. How his hard work will serve his community for years to come. 12 News Daybreak on 12 News Plus starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Tia Johnson.
And I'm Mark Armstrong. It is now 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Carrie Cooper as we take a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network here above Jasper. Starting to see some pretty colors there pop up over the horizon. Carrie, cool out there, cold? How's it looking?
Yeah, pretty chilly. We have temperatures in the 30s up there, but we're above freezing this morning, so that's good news. We'll see a lot of high clouds in our forecast today, though. Take a look down at Port Arthur. Our camera is sponsored by Market Basket. Mostly cloudy skies. We're dealing with a lot of high clouds today. We'll have a few peaks of sun, but more clouds and sun, and temperatures only in the 50-degree range for highs. We're running around 40 this morning in the Triangle, 36 up in Jasper. You can see all the high clouds spreading in from the west. So we're not going to warm up a ton today, so grab that jacket. As I said, highs only around 50. We'll be around 30 tonight. No hard freeze tonight. That's good news there. We'll clear out. Looks pretty breezy too through tomorrow. Now Saturday, tomorrow looks pretty chilly, even though we'll have a lot of sun. Highs only in the low 40s. We'll talk more about that, the rest of your forecast, a little bit later.
All right, Carrie. Well, we have a big update this morning out of Newton County about the Joshua Larkin case.
A grand jury has indicted 4 men in connection to Larkin's disappearance. Justin James and Jonathan Beerharter were indicted on murder and tampering with evidence charges. James Jones and Rodney Blankenship were also indicted for tampering with evidence. Court records show the indictments were filed Tuesday and obtained by our media partners at the East Texas Banner. Investigators say Larkin's remains still haven't been found more than 3 years later.
Port Arthur police, they've identified the man found in a wheelchair during the freeze. 61-year-old James Ruley was discovered outside of a convenience store early Tuesday morning at Turtle Creek Drive and 9th Avenue now. He was found in only a hospital gown with a coat and blanket around his legs. Police say no foul play suspected. All right, new this morning, over 900 customers in Orange, they had their power go out last night after a car crashed into a pole.
According to witnesses, a vehicle ran the red light at 16th Street and Green Avenue. They crashed into the pole, breaking it and knocking out power to several homes and businesses around 9:30 p.m. Our 12 News crew on the scene saw a female driver being treated by EMS. She was later taken to a hospital. No other vehicles were involved. Right now, it's still not known if she crashed into any of the vehicles at the nearby Willis Ford dealership. As of now, 4 customers are still without power.
People living at the Prince Hall Village apartments in Port Arthur, they are calling for improvements to what they describe as unacceptable living conditions. More than 30 people, they've already signed a petition demanding better living conditions. A resident telling 12 News that they've been without heat and air conditioning since last March. And
tenants say management has ignored repeated requests. It's left some without hot water or dealing with mold. Neighbors have started collecting signatures and demanding repairs. They say despite paying rent, maintenance requests go unanswered, forcing some to handle their own fixes or temporarily move. We'll hear more from tenants and a Port Arthur councilman who's set on helping them coming up in the next half hour. Also in Port Arthur, city leaders hosted a 180-day community progress meeting yesterday.
Yeah, officials, they highlighted the work being done in the city and the future projects to come. They talked about updates on infrastructure projects, road repairs, public transportation upgrades. The city shared housing initiatives, parks and recreational improvements, and beautification efforts. Mayor Charlotte Moses says that it's a great way to update the community.
We see the result. People want to know what's going on. They're interested. And so my job every 90 days is to make sure that our community is aware.
Mayor Moses says there are big projects coming to Port Arthur, and she is excited about the changes.
Meanwhile, Port Arthur is getting a major investment in its water system. The city has been awarded more than $16 million from the Texas Water Development Board. The funding will be used to replace aging water lines, valves, and fire hydrants. It also add new hydrants and distribution lines across the city. Officials say the upgrades will improve reliability and save Port Arthur millions.
Well, sticking with Port Arthur ISD students are gaining real-world job skills thanks to a $10,000 grant from Texas A&M. Memorial High School's Life Skills program used the funding to launch a student-run business called the TNT Shop. Special education students selling cookies and flavored lemonade while learning about baking, sales, and money handling skills. And a 17-year-old from Buna has turned an empty library floor into a high-tech STEM lab for his entire community.
He did it as his Eagle Scout project, planning, fundraising, and building it from the ground up. 12 News reporter Derek Jones in studio with this story.
Mark and Tia, this month's long project completely transformed part of Buna's library. Braden Evans raised the money, did the planning, and convinced adults in charge that he has what it takes to make it a reality.
My Eagle Scout project originally was going to consist of just 4 bookshelves and stocking some STEM supplies on it.
What started as a somewhat simple Eagle Scout project for 17-year-old Braden Evans
We came upstairs, it was just an empty space.
became a new STEM lab for the Buna Public Library.
Just had to do a lot of research. I spent countless hours after I got done studying. I'd study some more, just not for school.
Evans dedicated 663 hours of his time from June 2025 to December of 2025 to revamp the space. While on the road competing in archery and completing his studies, he talked to locals about raising funds for the project, even pitching it to politicians.
I met Senator Cruz, Trent Ashby, and Dr. Ray Callis. They all gave me a little bit of advice.
Evans ended up raising $31,000, using that to buy supplies and build the STEM lab, and now he's ready to show the community. Buna Public Library Director Lena White says she already got inquiries about the usage of the new space.
And I've even had kids suggest, can we do birthday parties here?
Ms. White says she couldn't recognize the room when it was finished.
He has totally repainted it. He had to replace the walls. It was all just paneling and dark, and he's made it look so much better and stuff, and we've added the new floors, and so I'm excited.
And even though there was a few challenges that came with finding the perfect paneling, Braden says he learned a valuable lesson from this project.
It made me realize I can do whatever I want as long as I put my mind to it.
The Buna Public Library will have a ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new MindWorks STEM Lab this Saturday at 10 a.m. It'll be open after school, on school holidays, and on Saturdays. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thanks, Derek. The Christus Southeast Texas Foundation announced its 2026 Children's Miracle Network champion yesterday. Trace is now the Christus Patient Ambassador. Each year, the champion helps inspire community support and highlights how local donations support pediatric care.
Tomorrow is Be Well Beaumont Day. The free family-friendly event is dedicated to promoting health and wellness in Southeast Texas. And this year there's going to be interactive fitness demonstrations and games for people of all ages, as well as live performances by local groups, community resources, and giveaways. It's all happening tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Sheila Umphrey Recreational Sports Center. That's on Lamar University's campus. And that event is hosted in collaboration with Gift of Life, and it is sponsored by ExxonMobil.
The Buddhist monks who've been on a cross-country walk for peace are only about 180 miles from their destination, Washington, D.C. They started their 2,300-mile journey in Fort Worth on October 26th and made headlines here in Southeast Texas after 2 of them got hit by a truck on Highway 90 in Dayton. Thankfully, they're all right, but one of them did have to have his leg amputated. They've since gained millions of followers on Facebook and are getting bigger and bigger welcomes in each city they arrive in, with people offering them gifts of gratitude.
This is something that I have never expected. Somehow, it's just growing each and every day. The crowd is getting larger and larger. And somehow this walk for peace has touched their heart.
They're currently in Virginia and expect to arrive in D.C. and visit Congress sometime next month.
The Houston Grand Opera is up for music's biggest honor, a Grammy. And Ron Trevino, he visits the Wortham Theater to show us the groundbreaking production.
What do you want me to do?
A Night at the Opera, Houston Grand Opera, now nominated for Best Opera Recording for this production called Intelligence.
How excited are you to be nominated for a Grammy?
I mean, it's totally thrilling, Ron. What can I say? I hope we bring it home for Houston.
Corey Dastour, the director and CEO of Houston Grand Opera, gives us a tour of the Wortham Theater. Intelligence is an opera focusing on the true story of Civil War spies and the fight for freedom.
An amazing story of bravery, of patience, and just the power that one individual or two can have on the outcome of a country.
Anytime Houston talent can get nominated for a Grammy, we all get excited. And Houston Grand Opera already has 2 Grammy Awards from the past. But this nomination is especially important because it's the first time HGO has been nominated in quite some time.
I woke up and opened my eyes.
And this nomination, of course, brings a lot of attention to all this talent in Houston.
So if HGO wins a Grammy, it's not just a win for the Houston Grand Opera, it's a win for the city.
Absolutely. It is an amazing defining asset of our community that they have chosen to invest and support great art.
Mary Jane, I risk everything for thee.
Great art, HGO says, that's for all Houstonians.
And that was Ron Trevino reporting. Intelligence, it's facing some stiff competition. Other nominees for Best Opera Recording included American Soldier, Adoration, Trade Mary Motorhead, and Grounded. All right, and before we head to break, we got some quick breaking news here. A heads up for parents of children at Sally Curtis Elementary in Beaumont. According to Beaumont ISD, classes, they've been canceled today due to a water line break, so no school for those kids on this Friday. And still ahead here on Daybreak, a Good Samaritan helps rescue a Texas man from a freezing pond. Hear from the tow truck driver who discovered the man calling for help. Plus a sneak peek at this year's Super Bowl ads and an unusual theft. Your trending news is coming up. Your time, 7:12.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us. To the spot welders and forklift drivers. To the pipeline technicians and plant operators. To the chemists, custodians, and contractors. And the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards every month on 12 News.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
Welcome back, and take a look at this time-lapse video of a luxury cruise ship that got trapped in ice on its way to Antarctica. The U.S. Coast Guard was called in to help. After a few passes, it was freed and continued on its way. And a bighorn sheep got stuck in the ice as well. Parks and wildlife officials in Colorado, they had to approach her carefully to pull her from the ice. Now she had a quick checkup and was released back into the wild. And now to a Dallas man who is fighting for his life after being found in a frigid pond. His rescue made possible thanks to a good Samaritan. Luke Clearly spoke to the tow truck driver in Seagoville who's discovered the man calling for help.
I was just scared. Like, I didn't know what to do.
There's a muddy drainage culvert off Highway 175 in Seagoville.
Yes, sir.
Most people would drive right by. Tow truck driver Douglas Lane is not most people.
It was right there, and I just reached in there and I grabbed a hold to whatever I could grab.
Days ago, this area was covered in ice, and Douglas was clinging to a man who had fallen into the frigid water.
With the hood of his sweatshirt, keeping his head above water.
One, be advised, this is a submerged victim.
Seagoville Interim Police Chief Steve Davis's body cam was rolling as Douglas held on.
He was at the right place at the right time, for sure, for sure.
It's not clear how the man ended up here. Douglas said he saw a car in the middle of the road, pulled over, and heard shouting from the water.
I called them and
he dialed 911, and then
he gave up fighting to stay up above the water. I reached in there, I said, no, you're not gonna do that, and just grabbed a hold to whatever I could grab.
For several minutes, he waited for more police to arrive.
He's about 130 pounds dry, but he felt like he was about 300, 350 at least.
We gotta get him out. Hypothermia is going to set in.
Can we pull him up?
And forming a human chain, they pulled him out and rushed him to the hospital where he's still recovering.
Pull him up. He's probably got hypothermia.
Police thanking Douglas for not giving up.
Good job, buddy.
Good job.
For doing something most people wouldn't do and giving this man a fighting chance.
He's coming around now.
Doug's actions, in my mind, saved this gentleman's life.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get any kind of extra credit for it. I'm just doing what I know best, and that's helping others.
In Seagoville, I'm Luke Clary.
Well, skies are mostly cloudy across the area this morning. Temperatures running in the upper 30s to lower 40s, so at least we're well above freezing. That's good news there. A lot of high clouds working in from the west. So we'll be dealing with that today. So highs today only in the lower 50s. Kind of a chilly day coming up. It's 34 in Lufkin and Shreveport, 29 Dallas, 32 in Waco. Looks pretty breezy too through tomorrow. The winds will be up, so it'll make it feel even colder. Have some wind gusts up to 20, 22 at times, not only today, but for tonight and tomorrow as well. So the wind chills will be pretty cold when you wake up tomorrow morning, probably running in the 20s is what it'll feel like. We're actually 8 degrees warmer now than we were 24 hours ago as the colder air begins to move on in. Now today, a lot of high clouds will clear tonight. As you see here on Futurecast, we'll get rid of the clouds tonight. Highs today only around 50 or so. Tonight we'll drop on down to around 30. No hard freeze, so that's good news there. It's around 30 to 32 tonight with clearing skies, but with those winds up, it'll certainly be cold with those wind chills in the 20s. Then tomorrow, even with a lot of sun, we're barely getting into the 40s for highs. Very cold Saturday coming up with those breezy northwesterly winds. Of course, your coldest morning will be Sunday morning, and the good news here, even though this is a hard freeze, it will not be near as long duration-wise as the last one. We'll drop to the lower 20s, maybe some mid-20s Sunday morning, and then warm up to near 50 in the afternoon. The wind chills, well, they'll be cold tonight and in the morning. It'll feel like mid-20s across the area, but a lot of sun tomorrow. Certainly not going to help us out much with highs around 40. Still got that pretty good chance of rain coming up Tuesday night of next week as the next disturbance works in from the west, and it will be much warmer next week as well. Marine forecast will have north winds up to about 20 knots, seas 2 to 4 feet, and mostly cloudy skies today. Highs around 50, 52, so a chilly day. Grab that jacket heading out today or tonight. Tonight we clear out, mostly clear skies, lows near 30, so no big freeze tonight, so that's good news there. 7-day forecast to feature a cold weekend, but lots of sun. Coldest morning there Sunday morning, low to mid 20s, and certainly the duration of the freeze not as long as the last one. That's good news there. We warm up next week, start warming well into the 60s, and there's that good chance of rain there Tuesday night, 70%. Nothing severe expected, just some rainfall, and then tapering off by Wednesday morning.
Really just need to get through Sunday when it comes to those cold temperatures.
Oh yeah, it'll be a cold weekend, but we're almost there. Looks a lot warmer next week.
I'll put those flannels up for the next year, I hope, by the after.
That'd be nice. I wish it was almost summertime.
That's right. Thank you, Carrie. Just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. 7:20 now on 12 News Plus. Time for some trending news, and we have shown you some unusual thefts in our trending segments, but this one is weird for a lot of reasons.
Police in Michigan are searching for the person who stole someone's 6-foot tall taxidermied bear. They posted this video online showing the alleged stuffed bear banded in the act. You see them dragging the thing away from someone's porch in the middle of a snowy January night. Well, guess this. Police hope the bear's bling might help track him down. Apparently, he was sporting a ring, watch, and necklace, and a fake sheriff's badge. They must be going for that ring and that watch or something, because
it seems like it would be easy to take off the bear. So weird. And I said this in the 6 a.m. hour. It's like, at least you know where they went, because they
they drag. But maybe they went to like a grass
truck
spot. I mean,
dragging a path through the snow. So funny.
Okay. Well, we're getting a sneak peek at some of the star-studded Super Bowl commercials, including this one from Hellman's featuring Andy Samberg and Elle Fanning.
Yeah, check it out.
I was born in this deli. My best friend was that baloney. That is until I met you.
I'm hearing Neil Diamond there. The light-hearted ad, it has Samberg portraying a character named Meal Diamond, who sings about mayonnaise to the tune of Sweet Caroline. Fanning says that the ad is all about having fun and bringing everyone together. Here's another.
Any basketball player who dates me kind of hits a rough patch.
And that's Kendall Jenner taking shots at her love life and betting on the right guy in a Super Bowl ad for a Fanatics sports book. You can watch all of those ads and see the Patriots take on the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday, February 8th, right here on NBC 12. Who's the halftime performance?
Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny,
Yeah.
okay.
People have been going to his concerts all year long, getting ready for that. He's going to be huge. I wonder just what that show's going to look like.
It's saying. Okay, 7:23. Look at that view of downtown Beaumont. Carrie Cooper will be right back with your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business. Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On weather impact alert days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
It's time to honor our local educators with the 12 News Golden Apple Awards. Once a month, 12 News will surprise an educational staff member who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact on the lives of Southeast Texas students. Nominate your educator by going to 12newsnow.com/goldenapple to do your part in showcasing the heroes that make a difference both inside and outside the classroom. The Golden Apple Awards, every month on 12 News.
No matter where we start,
Every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
We're working to get more information from Beaumont Police.
Join 12 News weekdays at 6 and 10 p.m., keeping you informed on what matters most.
And keep you safe when weather impacts your day.
Following the excitement with your team.
Covering local issues that matter in your community.
Watch 12 News at 6 and 10 p.m. and stream on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
We're back with a heads up for parents of children at Sally Curtis Elementary in Beaumont. According to BISD, classes have been canceled today due to a water line break, so no school for those kids on this Friday.
And a chilly day in our forecast today with a lot of high clouds. We'll see high temperatures only in the low 50s with mostly cloudy skies, breezy conditions. As we head into tonight, it'll clear out, but temperatures no hard freeze, so that's good. Lows will be around 30, 32 with breezy northerly winds. As we head into tomorrow, we'll see high temperatures only in the low 40s, even with lots of sunshine. A cold Saturday coming up, lots of sun this weekend, and warmer as we head into next week. We'll be back to the 60s for highs. Still that good chance of rain by next Tuesday night.
Coming up on Daybreak on 12 News Plus, a big update in the Joshua Larkin case, the move from a Newton County grand jury against the men involved in his disappearance, allegedly from Kirbyville more than 3 years ago.
Plus, apartment woes in Port Arthur lead to a petition for change. The tenants taking action after almost a year without air conditioning or heat.
And a 17-year-old from Buna transformed part of his town's library into a STEM lab. How his hard work will serve his community for years to come.
And 7:27, we'll have more news and weather in just a few minutes.
Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong.
I'm Tia Johnson. Time now 7:30. We have a heads up for parents of children at Sally Curtis Elementary in Beaumont. Classes have been canceled today due to a water line break, so no school for those kids on this Friday. Now let's take a look at your top stories this morning. First up, a Jasper man was put back behind bars Wednesday after a brief release. 27-year-old Tevin Sells bonded out of the Newton County Jail Wednesday on a murder charge. Hours later, he was booked into the Jasper County Jail on new charges. They included possession of marijuana, driving with an invalid license, and unlawful possession of a weapon. He then bonded out again.
Beaumont police, they are investigating a stabbing, and it happened Wednesday night in the 1900 block of College Street. One person seriously hurt and went to the hospital. Police say the cases involve family violence. No other details available at this time.
A Beaumont man is in jail after police say he fired shots at two women. It happened last Wednesday at the Northridge Manor Apartments on Maida Road. Police say Jaden Worlds fired twice but missed. He was arrested at the scene and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Thankfully, no one was hurt. Let's take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Skycam network. Carrie, what can we expect today?
Well, some pretty cool temperatures. Temperatures will be in the 50s for highs today, only the low 50s. So a chilly day, that's for sure. Tonight it will clear out. Of course, we have a lot of clouds across Southeast Texas this morning, but we will clear out tonight. Lows near 30, so no hard freeze, so that's good. A chilly day coming up tomorrow. Lots of sun this weekend, and we will need it tomorrow. Highs only in the low 40s with all that sun. And then there's that 22, 23 for a low Sunday morning. But after that, it's back to warm weather. 60s next week, and there's a pretty good chance of rain as we head into Tuesday night of next week as we see an upper level disturbance come through the area. That'll end early on Wednesday. A little weak front with that, get us back to the 30s for lows and upper 50s for highs next Thursday. So grab the jacket heading out today. It'll only be in the low 50s for highs and only in the 40s for highs coming up for tomorrow.
We have a big update out of Newton County this morning about the Joshua Larkin case.
A grand jury has indicted 4 men in connection to Larkin's disappearance. Justin James and Jonathan Beerhalter, they were indicted on murder and tampering with evidence charges. James Jones and Rodney Blankenship also indicted for tampering with evidence. Court documents show that the indictments were filed Tuesday and obtained by our media partners at the East Texas Banner. Investigators say that Larkin's remains, they still haven't been found more than 3 years later.
Port Arthur police have identified the man found dead in a wheelchair during the freeze. 61-year-old James Rowley was discovered outside a convenience store early Tuesday morning at Turtle Creek Drive and 9th Avenue. He was found in only a hospital gown with a coat and blanket around his legs. Police say no foul play is suspected. Across Texas, an unusual tragedy out of Fort Worth.
Yeah, police there say that a man was shot and killed after he wouldn't share his French fries with his friend. It happened Wednesday night in an apartment complex on the far west side of the city. Police say that an argument began over an order of French fries and escalated to the suspect shooting the victim. That suspect still on the loose. All right, now to Houston, where an elderly man says that he is lucky to be alive.
His son had to save him after he was violently assaulted earlier this month. This video here was just recently released. It shows the 71-year-old man walking to his apartment when a masked man runs up and puts him into a chokehold. The robber starts digging through his pockets until the man's adult son rushes in and pushes him away from his dad. The family doesn't want to be identified, but say they're still shocked by what happened.
So I get out and looking around, and then I saw my dad lay on the ground. So I just started yelling at the guy.
What do you hope happens to this suspect?
To get caught by the police, because I don't want anybody to get hurt like my dad did.
Houston police are still looking for that suspect and asking the public for tips. Back here at home, over 900 residents in Orange had their power go out late last night after a car crashed into a power pole.
Yeah, according to witnesses, a vehicle ran a red light at 16th Street and Green Avenue. They crashed into that pole, knocking it over and knocking out power to several homes and businesses around 9:30 last night. Our 12 News crew on the scene saw a female driver being treated by EMS. She was later taken to a hospital. Now, no other vehicles were involved, and right now it is still not known if she crashed into any of the vehicles at the nearby Willis Ford dealership. As of now, for customers, they are still without power.
Tenants at the Prince Hall Village Apartments in Port Arthur say they're experiencing unlivable conditions. No hot water, mold, and no central AC or heat. Some are even passing around a petition now for better living conditions. More than 30 have signed it and say they hope to give it to City Council.
Yeah, 12 News reporter Daniela Tapwada-Palau. She spoke to some of them and the councilman, Willie Lewis.
Thursday morning, 2 residents at the Prince Hall Village Apartments went door to door.
Hello. Hi, I have a petition. If y'all want to sign it, it's for
collecting signatures on a petition that calls for better living conditions.
We just need help. We need help with what's going on, and we need better living conditions.
Alexia Guy and Karis Powell say it's a last resort after months of feeling ignored by property management.
There's barely any response or anybody that's permanently staying there. For 2-3 months, it was just no response or anything. And every 2-3 weeks, they change the office people.
Powell has lived at Prince Hall since 2024. She says since March of last year, she's been without heat or air conditioning. Problems, she says, forced her to find her own fixes.
I had to put in my 2 own AC units because my air did eventually go out.
And when temperatures dropped,
I would have to leave my oven on 24/7.
Alexia Guy has lived at the complex since 2025. Says for the past 4 weeks, she's paid rent, but hasn't been able to live in her apartment.
It's not safe for me and my kids, so I'm just staying somewhere else. Still paying bills here, but I'm staying somewhere else.
The duo collected 34 signatures from neighbors, all asking for change. Port Arthur City Council member Willie Lewis says the city has limits on how they can help.
City cannot go on private property.
Mm-hmm.
That's private property.
Mm-hmm.
I can put pressure on the owners of those apartments. That's the only thing we can do.
A promise Lewis says he plans to keep.
Oh, I'll call the owner personally. I got his personal phone number. I'll call him and get him to do something about it.
And that was Daniela Tapwada-Palau reporting. 12 News was not able to get a hold of management for a comment despite several attempts.
Prince Hall is part of a Section 8 program overseen by HUD, which the city does not have jurisdiction over. A 17-year-old from Buna has turned an empty library floor into a high-tech STEM lab for his entire community.
Great story here. He did it as his Eagle Scout project. He planned, fundraised, and built it all from the ground up. 12 News reporter Derek Jonesy has this story.
Mark and Tia, this month's long project completely transformed part of Buna's library. Braden Evans raised the money, did the planning, and convinced adults in charge that he has what it takes to make it a reality. He dedicated more than 600 hours of his time from June to December last year revamping the space while splitting his time between his studies and being on the road competing in archery. He raised funds for the project from local residents and businesses. Evans ended up raising $31,000 to build the STEM lab. It's made up of several stations including robotics, coding, and 3D printing, and it's geared towards kids of all ages. Buna Public Library Director Lena White says she was shocked to see the final outcome of the new space, and it's already getting inquiries.
He has totally repainted it. He had to replace the walls. It was all just paneling and dark, and he's made it look so much better. And I've even had kids suggest, can we do birthday parties here?
The Buna Public Library will have a ribbon cutting ceremony for the new MindWorks STEM Lab this Saturday at 10 a.m. The STEM Lab will be open after school, on school holidays, and on Saturdays. In studio, Derek Jones, 12 News.
Thanks, Derek. Coming up next, a player on the Mars basketball team being highlighted for what he's doing off the court. The Bibles he's bought for all his teammates, and still ahead, smaller classes, bigger opportunities. How some schools in Beaumont are making the case during National School Choice Week.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things.
You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it.
We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers.
We are normal people just like you.
And together, we can make a difference.
Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
Are you at the mercy of your bladder? If leaks are keeping you from living your best life, you should know that it doesn't have to be that way. Incontinence can be treated. Don't wait to get the help you deserve. The National Association for Continence is a nonprofit organization that's helped millions get on the path to a life without leaks. Visit nafc.org now to download your free pelvic floor muscle training kit and become the boss of your bladder.
On the Lamar University men's basketball team, a player is being highlighted for what he's doing off the court. It's a story of perseverance and becoming a light within the team. Here's 409 Sports reporter Holton Pepper.
Howdy, Southeast Texas. My name is Holton Pepper, and welcome into 409 Sports. Special story today with the LU men's basketball squad. BB Knight, a senior shooting guard who is a weapon on the court, but he might be a better human than he is player. Knight is one of the key energies inside the locker room for this LU men's squad and has been over his tenure here with the Cardinals. Just the other day, he was downloaded an idea from the Lord to be more bold in his faith. So in doing so, Knight headed out to his local Mardell's Christian and Education, purchased Bibles for all of his teammates, graduate assistants, and athletic trainers, all with their names inscribed in gold. So I trotted out to Lamar to catch a practice before this weekend's action, and Knight sees this as something he can do to truly show his compassion for his teammates.
Right, so that's been something that's actually been on my heart for a minute. I've just been procrastinating, road trips, everything catches up to you, but then I was able to go back home, have a conversation with my grandpa, who's actually a pastor. He told me, why are you procrastinating? Just do it. Right, so usually I do road trip Bible studies, and not all the guys have a Bible or a journal, whatever the case may be. So when they all got them, they were this excited to do Bible study, this excited to read it, open it up, and throughout the days after, they came to me I started reading my Bible, I started doing this, that, and third, and so it was pretty cool to see.
Knight had called Coach Brooks about the idea to make sure it was okay to go through with it, to which Coach said, absolutely. Not only does Coach Brooks call this a selfless act, he's so proud of what BB Knight represents for himself, but also was enamored with the thing Knight did before handing off the Bibles in the team's film room.
That's the one thing before he gave them the Bible, the players, our student athletes, he actually asked could he give a little testimony of his own to the team, and so he did that. Basketball and our players is like everything else. It's just a microcosm of life, right? And so I think it's great when we have a young man that wants to step outside of himself and put himself out there, and even when some may not want it, and just offer them a chance to help themselves. And here's kind of what I've been through. And here's how I think as a basketball player that I'm one of you, that I've been through and how it can help you.
So not only can BB Knight dominate on the court, he crushes it off the court as well, being a huge impact to his teammates.
Well, we had sunrise across the area early this morning, dealing with a lot of high clouds. It's going to be mostly cloudy today. We'll see a few peaks of sun on our Roofing 911 Skycam network down in Port Arthur, sponsored by Market Basket. So highs today only in the low 50s. That's it. Going to be a chilly day. We're at 40 in Orange, 41 Port Arthur, 37 in Beaumont, 36 up the lakes. You can see those high clouds streaming in from the west across the rest of the region. Temperatures cold this morning, but well above freezing. That's good news. Except for Waco, they're at freezing. Dallas at 29, 34 in Lufkin. Looks pretty breezy the next couple of days as well, at least today through tomorrow. See some wind gusts at times over 20 miles an hour, making it feel that much colder across the area. We're actually a little bit warmer though this morning than we were yesterday morning by some 6 to 8 degrees. And Futurecast barely gets us into the 50s today. A lot of high clouds. Will start clearing though. Tonight looks mostly clear. We'll have temperatures dropping on down to around 30, so no hard freeze tonight. That's good news. But the wind chills will be cold though. We've seen wind chills in the 20s coming up by tomorrow morning. We'll show you that here coming up just a moment, with highs tomorrow, as we said, only in the low 40s. Sunday morning, the coldest. We'll have some upper teens, low 20s in the lakes, low to mid 20s in the triangle. Won't last long though. That's the good news. Then we'll finally start talking about some warmer weather, but not until early next week. Of course, the wind chills will feel like the 20s tomorrow morning. It's pretty chilly out there. And of course, our next chance of rain will come in on Tuesday night of next week as an upper level disturbance works into the area. We'll look for some warmer weather next week too. Marine forecast, pretty windy today through tomorrow. We'll have northwest winds up to 20 knots. Water temperature at 54. Today mostly cloudy and rather cool. Highs only around 50. And tonight will drop to around 30. So not too bad there. Nothing compared to the last freeze we had. Of course, the coldest morning will be Sunday morning, low to mid 20s. And it's not going to last too long, just a few hours. That's it. Up to 50 Sunday afternoons with a lot of sun over the weekend. Much warmer next week. We'll be in the 60s for highs. And there's that good chance of rain coming up by Tuesday night. And then a little bit cooler again by next Thursday. So once we get through the weekend, looks good next week. Mark, Tia, y'all been wanting 60s for highs?
Of course we have.
Get it next week.
Look, it's been up and down battlefield.
It has. I'm ready for it to stay up.
Okay, up and it's stuck.
Yes.
I love that philosophy. All right, thank you, Carrie. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app.
7:48. Thousands of schools across the country are celebrating National School Choice Week and Catholic Schools Week. Here in Southeast Texas, both highlight the many education options available to families. It comes as a new state program is set to roll out in less than a week.
That's right. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato. She spoke with local charter and private schools whose leaders say that school vouchers will help families afford private and faith-based education.
Parents have a choice to send their kids here.
A week celebrating National School Choice. For Bob Hope, leaders say smaller class sizes are part of the appeal.
When a teacher has 35, 40 kids in a classroom, it's very difficult to have a more, personal relationship with those kids and really get to know the kids and meet them at their level.
A choice they hope parents decide on as the school hopes to grow.
And our plan is to add approximately about 200 more students, and so our goal for next year would be about 536 students.
For the Catholic Diocese of Beaumont, they are also celebrating National Catholic Schools Week.
Because we get to celebrate our identity and the mission that we have to go out and help educate every single student.
It comes as Texas prepares to roll out applications for a new Education Freedom Account program in less than a week. Under the program, private school students could receive about $10,800 per year, while students with disabilities may qualify for up to $30,000. Homeschooled students could receive up to $2,000.
There are many families who would love to send their children to private school, and I've always thought, I just can't afford it. For whatever reason, it's been an obstacle to get them there. Please apply for this program.
Dr. Jeffrey Lewis at Bob Hope Middle School in Beaumont says it's important for families to know there are options.
You do have choices out there. They don't have to pay tuition to go to a private school or choose to be in a larger ISD school. If they choose not to, they can come to a smaller environment that offers the same opportunities that the other schools offer.
Spencer Plato reporting there. The application window opens February 4th and it closes March 17th. Parents, they can apply online at educationfreedom.texas.gov.
We have an alert for parents of children at Sally Curtis Elementary in Beaumont. According to the school district, classes have been canceled today due to a water line break, so no school for those kiddos on this Friday. It's an extended weekend. And a reminder, you have until tomorrow to apply for BISD's Board of Managers. Applicants must pass a background check and complete financial and conflict of interest disclosures. You can find the link to sign up on our website.
Meet our 12 News Pet of the Week, Apollo. He is a 6-year-old Australian Shepherd Chocolate Lab mix, and he is a sweet, sensitive boy who has been struggling with shelter life, but he's making new friends and learning to play. Apollo, he would do best with adults only, as he's a little guarded, but the shelter's offering a training discount to help his new family start off strong. So contact the Humane Society today to give Apollo a chance.
Speaking of animals, check out this not so average call for police in Cleveland, Texas. Officers were called after a kangaroo was spotted hopping through a neighborhood. With help from animal control and a few brave volunteers, the wandering roo was safely wrangled. Police now searching for the owner of the 4-legged escape artist.
Look at him go.
And when Daybreak returns on 12 News Plus, we'll have more news and weather in your morning rush hour. 7:51 right now.
From Dallas to Houston, San Antonio to Austin, it's the news that moves all of Texas. Texas News Now. One power-packed hour with enough Texas news to fill a 10-gallon hat. Your top headlines, weather alerts, and big travel updates. No matter where you're headed, across town or across the state, we've got Texas covered. Texas News Now, weekdays noon, only on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
To the spot welders and forklift drivers, to the pipeline technicians and plant operators, to the chemists, custodians, and contractors, and the engineers, pilots, and wellhead pumpers. To the people working day after day, keeping our Power City rolling, 12 News is telling your stories.
Extended the temporary restraining order.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue, filtering out rumors, and giving you the facts, direct from inside sources.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers.
Taking on the story from all sides and all angles with award-winning coverage.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Southeast Texas is a Power City, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont. It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
Welcome back to Daybreak. It's Friday.
Yes,
and
it is.
It is 7:54. Time for your morning rush hour.
Yeah, here's everything you need to know to start your day. First up, classes, they've been canceled for students at Sally Curtis Elementary in Beaumont. And according to BISD, there's been a water line break So moving on now, a grand jury has indicted 4 men in connection to Joshua Larkin's disappearance. Justin James and Jonathan Beerhalter, they were indicted on murder and tampering with evidence charges, while James Jones and Rodney Blankenship were only indicted for tampering with evidence. Investigators say Larkin still remains missing. His remains have not yet been found.
Port Arthur police have identified the man found dead in a wheelchair during the freeze. 61-year-old James Rowley was discovered outside a convenience store early Tuesday morning at Turtle Creek Drive and 9th Avenue. He was found in only a hospital gown with a coat and blanket around his legs. Police say no foul play is suspected.
And tomorrow is Be Well Beaumont Day. The free, family-friendly event is dedicated to promoting health and wellness in Southeast Texas, and it is happening tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Sheila Humphrey Recreational Sports Center at Lamar University. The event is hosted in collaboration with Gift of Life and sponsored by ExxonMobil.
And a chilly day in store for the area today. We'll see a lot of high clouds, highs only around 50, near 30 tonight. Lots of sun this weekend. We'll see highs only in the 40s tomorrow, so a cold Saturday coming up, near 50 on Sunday, and then a big warm up next week as we'll be back in the 60s. Good rain chance by Tuesday night.
Now for your reason to smile. When Southeast Texas Plumbing was called to Jerry Tapman's home to repair a faucet, it turned into a bigger job than expected. The U.S. Army vet had other plumbing issues and even needed a new AC. But through the company's Honoring Heroes program, they did what needed to be done at no cost to Mr. Tapman. No ceremony, no spotlight, just helping neighbors when it's needed. And share your reason to smile with us. 409-838-1212. We'd love to share those local stories.
Absolutely, and that was a great local one right there.
That was a good one.
Man, saved that man thousands of dollars.
Thousands.
Right there. Yes, good job, y'all. Yeah. And thanks so much for watching Daybreak here on 12 News Plus.
Carrie and I will be back at midday at 11 a.m.
Have a good morning.
So we can do it again, Take my hand, 'cause I don't wanna be friends.